Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a blessed Sunday. And in the news this morning, police say teen killed a couple during home invasion. A 17-year-old boy from Logwood district in Hanover has been slapped with several charges following a home invasion that claimed the lives of two Westmoreland residents in Nonpareil Heights, Negril on May 23. The teen has been charged with 2 counts of murder, possession of a prohibited weapon, and using a firearm to commit a felony. Reports from the Savannah Lamar police are that about 11:30 p.m., 62-year-old fisherman Kevin Whitmore and the 49-year-old Althea Hunter were sleeping at home when they were awakened by armed men who had kicked open their front door. The men entered the house and opened gunfire, hitting them multiple times before fleeing the scene. The police were called and the couple were taken to hospital, where Whitmore was pronounced dead. Hunter was treated and admitted, but later succumbed to her injuries. During the police investigation that followed, the teen was implicated in the incident. He was captured last Thursday during a police operation and charged. A court date is being arranged for him. Woman's body found in rubble after house fire. The Highgate police are investigating a fire that claimed the life of Michelle Mills at her home in Cromwell Land District, Highgate, St. Mary, Saturday morning. Reports from the police are that about 3:17 a.m., residents saw fire coming from the woman's home and called the fire department. The fire was extinguished, and during the cooling down exercises, Mills' charred remains were discovered. The scene was processed and the remains were removed to the morgue pending a post-mortem, the police said. Motorcyclist killed in St. Thomas crash. A 34-year-old man died after a motorcycle he was riding collided with a motorcar in St. Thomas on Friday, the police say. Dead is Kemoy Spencer of Nuts River Road in the parish. It is reported that at about 8 a.m., Spencer was riding a Zamco motorcycle when he collided with a car, a Toyota Corolla, on Cottage Pen Road in Maranta Bay. The motorcycle and the car were extensively damaged, the police report. Spencer was pronounced dead at a hospital. There are no details on the occupants of the car. The Maranta Bay Traffic Department is investigating. 51-year-old man killed in Portmore. The police are investigating the shooting death of a 51-year-old laborer in Gregory Park, St. Catherine on Friday night. The deceased is Adrian Campbell, otherwise called the Schoon. The incident reportedly occurred about 8 p.m. in the community of Hamilton Gardens, the police say. Campbell was found with gunshot wounds after explosions were heard in the area. He was pronounced dead at the Spanish Town Hospital in St. Catherine. No motive has been established. The Portmore Criminal Investigation Branch is probing the matter. Motorcyclist dies after his bike got entangled with a power line. 37-year-old security guard Odine Brown of Middleton District in St. Thomas died as a result of injuries he sustained in a motor vehicle collision along Mountain View Avenue, Kingston 6 on Friday, August 9. Reports from the stadium police are that about 8:30 p.m., Brown was riding a Honda CB Twister motorcycle when he allegedly became entangled with the power lines that were along the roadway. He lost the control of the motorcycle and collided with a utility pole. Brown sustained multiple injuries and was transported to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Investigations continue. Pensioners warned about another scam in circulation. The Ministry of Labor and Social Security advises all its NIS pensioners, social pensioners, and PATH beneficiaries to be vigilant against the scams circulating via text message and on WhatsApp, informing recipients of bonus funds being disbursed. These messages are part of a scam and are not authentic communications from the government of Jamaica. If you receive such a message via SMS, email, or any other medium, please report it to the police immediately. The ministry is again cautioning pensioners and the beneficiaries against the sharing banking information or any other personal details via text message, internet links, or other similar means. pensioners and the beneficiaries who have concerns or who need information about any of the ministry's programs are invited to contact us directly by calling the Customer Contact Center at 876-922-8000-13 or by visiting the ministry's office in their parish. CLA plans to rebuild the HR Oversight Committee amid hiring controversies. The Cannabis Licensing Authority has announced the plans to re-establish an Oversight Committee for hiring decisions by October 2024 following its controversial disbandment earlier this year. The update comes amid the mounting calls from employees and the opposition People's National Party for the Auditor General to investigate the CLA's hiring and the firing practices as well as its procurement and accounting activities. The CLA, which regulates Jamaica's ganja and hemp industry, disbanded the Human Resource Executive Committee in January 2024, shortly after it voted against hiring an unqualified candidate recommended for a key position. Despite the committee's decision, the candidate was later hired, prompting concerns among staff about a total lack of transparency. More than a dozen workers have expressed the fears of victimization if they raise concerns, citing the disbandment as a catalyst for a series of questionable HR decisions. Contracts are weaponized and utilized to suppress employees so they suffer in silence or to fire employees, said one official who requested anonymity as the news highlighted the issue last weekend. Another added, the management style has led to low staff morale and fostered division and isolation within the organization. The CLA's 65 employees are on contracts. The CLA's Chief Executive Officer, Farah Blake, has not responded to questions submitted to her by the news on July 11 regarding the situation. In a statement on Saturday, the CLA said it acknowledged the feedback from its staff, stating that the HREC's term concluded in January 2024 and that a comprehensive review and update of the committee's terms of reference are underway to establish a robust HR advisory committee by October 2024. Our employees are our most significant resource. We are devoted to ensuring every team member feels acknowledged and appreciated. The organization is rooted in equitable practices and the procedural integrity across all facets of operation, said Blake, who is 1 year on the job. There were no details on why staff were not updated before now on when the committee would be established, while the process is taking almost a year, given the committee's remit and the level of oversight being given to decisions in the interim. The CEO has a final decision-making authority. Despite the CLA's reassurance, workers have expressed a doubt about the CLA's commitment to transparency on hiring, promotion, reassignment, and the disciplining of staff. Concerns have revolved around the new hires in administration, client facilitation, and hires not meeting basic qualification requirements, with some positions reportedly not being advertised, and individuals being confirmed in roles without interviews or completing probation. Workers were left shocked last Thursday after an administrative assistant was put in charge of the administration portfolio, bypassing more senior and experienced staff at the CLA. The Fleet Management Division was removed and transferred to another officer. The decisions have drawn criticism, especially given ongoing concerns about efforts to get a new SUV and the alleged use of CLA vehicles for personal purposes. The CLA's board, chaired by Christopher McPherson, held an emergency meeting last Monday following the news report detailing these issues. The board has promised to address questions sent by Tuesday. The Human Resource Management Association of Jamaica has emphasized the importance of HR committees like HREC, stating that such bodies play a pivotal role in supporting equity, transparency, due diligence, HR policy development, and compliance. It said that these committees contributed to a better balance of power and accountability, which in essence contributed towards maintaining standards and the ability to stand up to scrutiny in how decisions are made. The CLA's Human Resource Policy and the Procedures Manual states that the CEO is ultimately accountable for the exercise of the human resource management functions of the authority, and that, in doing so, the CEO shall establish accountability mechanisms to include a Human Resource Executive Committee. However, since the committee's dissolution, at least 10 positions have been filled, alongside numerous reassignments and contracts non-renewals, raising further concerns about the transparency and accountability within the organization. The CLA operates under the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, led by Aubin Hill. In July, the ministry stated it was unaware of the alleged HR issues at the CLA. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.